Welcome to AP Radio and Recording. My name is Paul. I am the head engineer and the creative force behind AP Radio and Recording with my son Austin. I was a recording engineer for about 10 years, 30 years ago. And I got out of the business and had a very successful IT company. I had to work today. And one thing led to another, and the opportunity presented itself to do this, and I jumped at it. It's my first love. And I was told to get a YouTube channel, so I did. And I've been trying to do my second installment, really. We did tape basics. Now, this next installment, as you see on the title of the screen, cleaning the tape heads and racking the tape. Yes, we have to clean the heads. Analog is a way different animal than digital. There is a lot of moving parts. Typically, as an assistant engineer to the head engineer of a session, I would show up 45 minutes or so before a session and prep the room. Get microphones out, get headphones out, get amps, get headphone distribution boxes out, clean the heads, align the deck if we needed to, and so on and so forth. We're going to talk about cleaning the heads, and we're going to rack the tape to show you. We're going to be using the Sean Faison tape from our very first video that we did, and I did that live. It's the 2-inch, and we're going to be using the ATR 80, which we will put in the shot shortly. Currently, you're just seeing a close-up of the heads. And I'm going to be having to move around and things like that. And I'm working on getting a lavalier mic so I can mic myself up and be able to do this a little better for you, because I'm going to enjoy doing this. We are not going to get very detailed. These are never going to be much more than an hour, 20, 30 minutes. They're just little snippets of what analog is like, because like I said, it's a different animal than digital. If you're interested in learning more about the analog world, contact me and we can work on something that bring you in and work out some kind of program if you're interested. There is a market, I guess you could say, but there's not a demand. This is an old technology. This is a vintage technology. It might be coming back because a lot of current artists, not many, but a few, have wanted that analog sound that you just can't get with a plug-in to simulate it. You just can't. And also, the biggest thing about analog is it disciplines the musicians and the music. You are limited to a finite number of tracks, 16 or 24. 16 in the machine behind me or 24 on the ATR 80. You're also limited in how you can fix a mistake. We can't take a note from a bar beforehand and pop it in 4 bars later because you hit the wrong note on your guitar. We can't copy and paste like that like you do in the digital world. That's part of the problem with the digital music. It's too homogeneous because they just steal parts and bits and pieces and they just drop it in instead of having the musician play it right or play it with feeling. So with that being said, this is a much different animal. You will hear me say that a lot, but it is knowledge to know because it can translate to digital because of the signal flow. Signal flow is the number one thing, and we spoke about that in our very first tape about recording basics. Knowing where that electrical wire goes from the microphone into one of these here. These are 24 independent channels. And knowing how that goes and knowing how to manipulate that is the key to analog, and it's the key to engineering, in my opinion. So, with that being said, we're going to get going. We're going to switch we're going to switch movements, and I'm going to get around and do this. There you go. Let me do the tape split. There you go, so you could see. Well, no, I'm going to turn it around because you're not going to see anything. Let's do this one. Here we go. So I will turn the mic around so you can hear me talk, but you won't see much of me. So I got to walk around my desk. I'll be right back. Okay, So now we're going to push the tape guard down, and I'm going to move it so you can see me for a little bit. I know I'm going to be really close and in your face, and it's going to get kind of, this is kind of a, half-ass, but I'm working on it. So here we are. What I want to show you is the basics for cleaning tape is right here. You need isopropyl alcohol, and you can get these fancy long wood swabs, or you could just use a regular Q-tip. And here you go, plug. If you're into anything in the music, you need to buy this. Back in my day, you had to be a member of the Audio Engineering Society, but now anybody can, and it also was 4 times as thick. But Mix Magazine, it is phenomenal. Highly recommend it. But back to this. You could either get these long woods, or you could just use regular cotton swabs, Q-tips. 70% or higher, ideally 90. Now, you can have the debate with old school engineers like myself on, should you use denatured alcohol, should you use isopropyl alcohol, should you use minerals, solvent. I don't know, maybe I'm not a purist. I was taught alcohol's fine. You'll get people out there saying, oh my God, no. Well, you know what? We used it for decades and it was fine. And I think alcohol is perfectly fine. So what you're going to do is we're going to get over here and bring it in. Get you a nice close up like that. And then I'll move it because I've got to get my swab. So I've got it nice and saturated. You see it's nice and wet. We don't need it that wet, so just take some off of it. And now what you want to do is the tape path. I want to pick this up. So let's see, make sure you can see it all. All right, the tape path is, this is the supply. This is the supply tension arm. It comes around our wheel. And then we have tape path glides. We have our 3 heads: record, erase, reproduce, and sync. It goes through the pinch wheel and the capstan over another motor that just moves the tape, and up the supply tension arm to the supply reel. So what you do is you take your swab, and it shouldn't be that dirty, but you'll be surprised just from dust and everything. But I just spin this and I twist, and then I do the same thing here. Now the back of the tape is going to hit this. Front of the tape hits here, and then it comes around, which I'll show you how after we rack it. So then I do the first 2 here, and then I'm going to stop, and I'm going to use the other side. I use Q-tips just because they have 2 sides, and I see no reason to spend the extra expense. I just don't. And then now you bring it along here, and you get that. You can get this if you want. It's not necessary. This one and this one eject out when it moves the tape. So if you have to rewind or fast forward 15 minutes into a tape, you don't want them running against the heads. It wears the heads down and also damages the tape over time. So these punch out. They lift them off the heads. So here's your heads. This is your record and playback. This is your reproduce. And no, I'm sorry. This is record and erase. This is reproduce, and this is playback. So just get that all nice and clean. Even get in there and get over here. And then you can look to see there's still a little residue. There really is. And then I'll take another one. I'm never cheap when it comes to these, because this stuff is cheap. It's $1 for the alcohol. You don't want to hit the rubber. You really don't want to hit the rubber if you can avoid it. It just dries it out. I'm going to bring it up over here. And then that is cleaning tape heads. And then you can see maybe a little bit. I'm going to readjust this camera. And then I'm going to change the position and change back to 2 cameras so you can see everything. And I'm going to show you how to rack the tape. So stand by. I can't really see the. I need a wider shot. Can't really see the the two reels. You see them a little bit. Because this is our supply, and this is our take up. Now these deals right here, they spin. This is how it locks the reel in, and then you'll see pins at the bottom. There's a pin, and as I spin, there's a pin. There's 3 of them, just like a triangle. And the tape reel has corresponding pins in it, and it has to sit all the way down. And you know it sits all the way down because you'll see the top of the lip, top of this right here. You'll see that, and that's the number one thing that you don't that you run into. You don't fasten, or I should say load the reel all the way down. It happens, and is what it is. So let's pick up our tape. Here we go. Okay. All right, here's our tape, and like I was saying, here's our poles right there. And then let's see, let's put you. You're probably just going to see my ass, but it gives you an idea of the whole tape process. There's also this band, which is vital on a 2-inch tape, because frankly, this could just roll itself off and make a mess. Done it. Embarrassing. So we leave it on while we do it. There is a top and a bottom. Top is the label. Ampex 456 was the tape back in the day. It was the tape. It was the standard. It's still made today. It's just been sold twice, and now it's called ATR. And it's not as good, but it's still the standard in my opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the reel on the supply side. And then you see how it's set all the way down. And if it didn't set all the way down, you could still tighten it, but you would and you would still be able to run the tape. But the tape would it would rub, and you would know it's not right. So we're going to tighten that up. Take our ring off, and this already has a leader tape. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our leader tape, because tape is expensive, even back in the day. So we always wanted to leader tape it. It comes down the supply tension arm, comes around. So now the back is on this tape, basically this tape transport motor, comes along the guide, through the pinch roller and the capstan, around this tape transport motor, up the take up, and then we just hold it, and then we spin it, and there we go. Hit play just to get it going and stop. Now on this machine we have 2 tape speeds. We have 15 and 30 inches per second. This tape was running 30. More tape, better cohesion, better tape, better signal to tape, but more costly. 15, obviously half the speed, half as much tape. Slower, but also it's not as much tape, so there's not much signal to tape, blah, 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 blah. So that is how you rack a tape, and that is how you clean the heads. I'm going to swing back around, sit down, and we're going to finish this video. I am going to go buy some tripods today, and I need another camera. I really do think I'm going to do that. Is this the one I want? Yes, it is. So yeah, that is how to clean your tape heads and how to rack your tape. Basic. That's what we're going to be doing through these video sessions. Basic. Like I say, they're never going to be much more than a half hour. we're going to continue on with another. I'm going to make another tape after this because I want to revisit Shane Faison's song. My very first one, I did a live stream and I mixed it, and then I sat with it for a while, and it's missing parts. So I want to find the parts because I like the song. But yeah, that's how you clean your heads. You clean your heads after every session, before every session. You never clean them enough. If you do not use that 70% or higher isopropyl alcohol, you can rust your heads. You do not want to do that. Those heads are flippin' expensive. That's my current, what's my word I want to say? Search. I need to find a set of a tape head stack. So I have a backup. Just because I need it. You know, they don't make these machines anymore. And unless we have a huge trend, they're not gonna. So it's all about finding used parts. I really actually need to find a good machine for a parts machine. I really do. That's gonna wrap this one up. My doggone acoustical phone keeps falling. Sorry, tangent. Yeah, that's about gonna wrap this one up. I've been saying I don't have too much more to say, so we'll wrap this one up. This was analog recording, cleaning the tape heads and racking the tape. My name is Paul. I'm the head engineer here at AP Radio and Recording, where we record everything all analog. If you want more information, you want detail, you want to learn this, contact me. The information is on the screen there, or you could hit us up on our socials at AP Radio, the number 2, on Facebook, everything else. apradio.net. Send us an email. Be more than happy to talk to you. Till next time, have a good day, and we'll talk to you really soon. Peace out.